Hello! Would you like to connect with Ptesan Wi, also known as the White Buffalo Calf Woman? Welcome to number 29 in our interactive series called Practicing with Energies, where you suggest who you'd like to connect with. Hi, I'm Nicole. I'm an energy mentor and coach and an interactive artist, helping you find out more about your energy and the energies around us. So when I connected with her, she wanted me to tell the Lakota story that is talked about, which is actually very beautiful. And then I will get into more details about her energy and where her energy resides. So the story begins when the 7 sacred fires of the Lakota Oyote, I hope I'm saying it right, who go out and search for through the land and for food and all kinds of things. These 2 guys come across this mist in a field, and one of them is really attracted to the woman and wants to know more and grab her, and the other one is more like cautious and a bit worried. So the one that's not cautious runs forward, and basically the mist kind of like disintegrates him. All the different storylines change what happens to him and if he comes back or not. But the main story is out of respect, out of like, wait a second, like pay attention kind of vibes. Anyway, so with this guy, she tells him a message. The one that keeps his stuff to himself. And she appreciates his respect. And she says she's gonna come to their family to talk more about what to do and how she can help with any of the issues that they may be having in their everyday life. So as promised, she shows up and she tells everyone to gather around, and she brings this holy pipe. And I'm going to read what she says, which is really beautiful. With this holy pipe, she said, you will walk like a living prayer, with your feet resting upon the earth and the pipe stem reaching the sky. Your body forms a living bridge between the sacred beneath and the sacred above. Wakan Tanka smiles upon us because now we are as one. Earth, sky, all living things, the 2-legged, the 4-legged, the winged ones, the trees, the grasses. She then says, look at this bowl. Its stone represents the buffalo, but as the flesh and the blood of the red man. The buffalo represents the universe and the 4 directions because he stands on 4 legs. For the 4 ages of creation, the buffalo was put in the west by Waktan, Tanka, at the making of the world to hold back the waters. She then starts to bring people together. She talks to the women and the men and talks about how their stations in life are very important, each one of them, and how they form an ecosystem and that no one is more important than the other. And then she talks about the children and the elderly, and talks about again what they achieve to create a bigger whole. And so the holy pipe is supposed to represent kind of the timelines of the places and holding them together, everyone together. So these are kind of, she says they were analogies, and when we talk about on the live and in my videos about when people do any kind of traditional ceremony, they are very physical, real things that can interact with us physically, but they also mean way more. And we don't even need them, but sometimes when people are starting something new, they need these physical things. And so this is what she was attempting to do, is to bring everyone together. And some of the things she mentions are things that she says are examples for what they already have. So if they are thinking in a certain way, like this is what women do and this is what men do, she's trying to show them with what they already do, how they're connected and why. So even if they're feeling divided, they are still connected. But she's hoping that eventually they will see that you can do anything you want, as long as everyone's making sure that they're working together. So now for the message she gave me to tell you. She says you can also call her the White Buffalo Maiden if that's easier, or Buffalo Maiden. And she represents the nature collective that also made buffaloes. This collective is also responsible for how the water is flowing through and connecting all of our lands with water, and how they end up going into a bigger body of water as well. So it's all kind of eternal. The buffalo are one of many beings that are physical that represents this kind of energy. This kind of energy is abundance, strength, and unity. When connecting with her, she teaches the nature and structure of human abundance by taking you through your life's connections, whether they're old or new, it doesn't matter. They're both equally important because they all end up showing you more about your relationship with human earthly abundance. You can come to her with different intentions each time. I would not start out big and say, tell me all. Just start with a specific thing in mind that you want to work on to notice your new thing that you're working on or that you're curious about. An example could be something like money. Another example could be friendships, how many friends you have, that kind of stuff. Those are kind of, you keep it kind of small, kind of a small topic. Not small, but very like specific. Her energy explores taking what you have and moving forward. She's a very action-orientated energy. I would get in contact only when you feel comfortable and are ready to take action. There's nothing wrong with not being ready, so put her aside for the time when you are ready. Being ready could look like having strong foundations formed or working on a strong foundation, and you're very sure about, where that's leading. And also you have worked on shadow work, meaning you are aware when you're triggered, at least. Because sometimes we get triggered and we just, we're like, oh, well, I'm triggered. But knowing that you are. She says to also, when you're looking to see if you are comfortable with working with her, to see if you worked on your POVs, expanding your POVs, so your filters, and making sure that they're your own and not belonging to others. Others meaning society, usually. She will not come to you. You will have to go to her. And what this means is that you've already built a strong connection of who you are. She's going back to that again, being very aware, self-aware of your mind palace when you are doing meditation and things like that. So you'll already have those things going on, like building your character, being more aware of the things that you love, and working on your energy. And so you will clearly have some place that you can go to see her in that place. So you're kind of going to her, but you're making like space for her so that she can, come over. It's almost like coming over for dinner, but she's not coming there. You are making a space that is hers. And if you struggle with this or you're interested in it and you want to know more, I specialize in helping people build bridges, and this is kind of what I'm talking about, and that usually means knowing more about yourself. And so I have many ways to help with this, but it's very personalized, so we won't be talking about things like that on the live, but we will do those kind of things in a session, like a one-on-one session, and we also do those things in our class, which is called the energy artistry lab classes, and they're usually on Sundays so far. It's working for people's schedules, and the last one was about consumables, and they're 4 people, and each person brings in their own depending on the theme, entity or item that they would like to build a bridge to or learn how to connect better to energy wise. And so you learn not only for the thing you brought in, but also with what others brought in. If you're just enjoying the vibe, feel free to like and follow for more of my videos. On the top of my page, there is a saved folder that's called Practicing with Energies. You can watch all the other energies that might resonate with you. And also come to our daily live, which is from Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. See you then.